thing and not having a handle on it is not doing anything. So of course, you know, when social media lights up about Baltimore and Ferguson and New York and all those other places, everybody becomes armchair sociologists. Everybody wants to tell me, well, this is wrong and this is why this happened and that's why these things are wrong. What are you doing about it?
Yeah.
That stopped a lot of the arguments right there, because the first thing that happened is, okay, I realized this is something going on in my backyard that I can affect for change. So just right at that moment, I put out a call and I said, guys, I need help. I need people just to send donations. We don't want no cash. We want stuff that people can use. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect to get the response that I got. But that Saturday was Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
So just off the top of my head, I said, this is what we're going to do. You know, as Love, Pop Culture Uncovered, as cosplayers, as people who are concerned about the welfare of other people, bring donations to me at Collector's Corner. If you can't, go to other comic shops around. Go to Comic Logic.
Yeah,
Go
we
to
basically
Third Eye.
set up.
John,
Let me jump on that real quick. I'm gonna get a branch from you.
Go ahead.
Because basically you put that out there. You wanted to do something.
Yeah.
I noticed that, and then me being the dude who I am with my connections, which started this thing, I'm like, okay, bruh, let me get Third Eye, who I have connections at Third Eye. I got both Third Eye stores. Then I reached out to you. Since you were gonna already be at like Comic Logic,
Yeah.
hit you up. Basically, who I knew were going to their specific shops for Free Comic Book Day. Let's get boxes. Let's do this. Let's put this cause in effect and let's make it happen. And that's what happened.
And what wound up happening, in the end, 4 large SUV loads of stuff, clothing, toiletries, books.
We were set up podcasting at the Amazing Comic Book Store out in Fairfax.
Yeah, I was with you on that one.
Right?
I couldn't believe it.
And literally every like 15, 20 minutes we had to stop and take another bag full of stuff. Like the community answered the call. And it goes to show, don't just play the hero. Be the hero.
But see, I'm gonna cut you off too, bro, because
Give me like 5 minutes. Yeah.
see, the one thing that he didn't mention was the fact that people brought stuff out that Saturday. But the one,
to that.
but see, that's why I'm cutting you off. Like I said,
Let him tell the story.
Because I got
anyway, this man got so much stuff in the mail from people who don't live even on this side of the country. They don't live on this side of the country, but he put out that call and he got boxes in the mail. Hey, I can't be there because I'm in Minnesota. Or hey, I can't be there because I'm in California. Or hey, I'm in the middle of doggone Ferguson right now, so I can't be there. But here, I'm gonna do this because you're doing this for Baltimore. So that's what Cosmo is about. That's what charity is about. That's what community service is about. That's showing you have a love for somebody other than yourself.
I still have another carload to pick up from Bantu Comics.
And we got another thing with Spartacon. My gal Kelly Montgomery, I had her picking up books, picking up stuff. We have a ton of stuff still coming on. But to fast forward from this, I want to get that, and I'm going to bring it to the Q&A right now.
I was trying to tell you that, I don't know if y'all heard, but I donated to the NCC. Me and my mom donated some clothing to them. So I was doing my part, and she was doing her part to them.
Oh, the non-community service thing that we did?
NCC.
She's one of those, the tow truck.
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot of things we're doing, but I want to kind of speed up because I want to get some questions from you because we are cosplaying community service is this panel. So again, to go back to where Ben was talking about, because he's not a cosplayer, and as I started earlier, when I kind of brought everybody together, I'm not a cosplayer. I was just interviewing these guys and wanting to.
We'll have you in plastic armor soon.
We shall, my brother.
Gemstone from
So again, I'm not a cosplayer, but I know cosplayers and I know my abilities and connections as a producer and just making it happen. And so what I want to open it up to you guys is, as we were saying earlier, it's very easy to just do it. You just got to do it. And if there's questions on how do I now go help out such and such, you know, we have the beauty of the internet now. Social networking is amazing. Like as soon as like Kerry was like affected by Baltimore, me being his boy, I'm like, yo, he's so tied to that. Let's take it to the next level. We took it to the next level. And so on with all of these guys. I get emails all the time, hey, my son is in the hospital, the Bat Kid thing like hit me hard. Remember that? In San Francisco? There's actually they're dropping a movie about that.
Now they're monetizing it. Good job, Hollywood.
Well,
But it just shows how people can come together. While sometimes we think we're living in dark times, there still is beauty and there's still love out there.
There's still hope.
Exactly. So I want to open it up to you guys for questions, like what you could, if you have any questions on how you can start something in your community. Again, you can always reach us on Facebook. Our page is Team Koslov, TEAM, COSLOVE. We're getting messages all the time and emails all the time to like, what can I do? Or can you come to my school? I can tell you just by virtue of this weekend how many events we now have lined up, guys. And actually, before I bring it back there, I have 2 huge events that I have on my planning schedule right now with Jill's House down in Fredericksburg. They are a home that takes in special needs kids and kids with autism. Down there, we're planning a big event with them. And with my man Randy, we're planning something at Children's Hospital here in DC. So if any of you guys want to be a part of that, hit us up on our Koslov Facebook page. But any questions you guys, I want to any things you want to ask us or have? Any questions?
Anybody?
No, or do you want to just hear us ramble
We have
again?
one over here.
Because we can talk.
Please go ahead, Stan.
How can we become involved in Koslov? I mean, I know that you said that you do a bunch of stuff and that you have websites and whatnot.
Yeah.
What can we do?
That's it.
That's your
You
first
just
step.
mentioned it. You literally go join,
Hit us up on
hit us
Facebook.
up on the page, like the page, because we post stuff there, and then also join the group, because we post a lot of stuff there as
Yep.
well.
And then
And
let us
all it
know.
is it winds up being, if we have an event, a weekend, during a weekday, or whatever, if you're available for it, just let us know. And whichever one of the 4 of us are here, or even if
Any of
one
us.
of the 4 of us aren't available, and one of these three are running it, just let us know, and we'll make sure that one of us knows that you're coming, and that's it.
What usually happens from an organisational standpoint is an event gets made and it gets posted on our Koslov group on Facebook, and you can just go, I'm going.
Yeah.
And then all the information is posted on there.
And actually,
It's not that complicated.
And
I
then
said,
it's
actually,
just,
it's
It's
not
not
that
a club,
complicated.
it's not a membership, it's not, you gotta do this,
But
but step like that.
by being in this room and spreading the word, you're already part of it.
Yeah,
right.
but the biggest thing is, any event that you want to do, depending on what's going on, please do so ahead of time, because if it's like a military event and the other end might need something extra, we need to be able to account for everybody that's showing up.
Yeah,
But other than
there are
that, no,
times
all you have to do is say, I want to do this.
Yes, and cookies.
So chime in on that. We have a Facebook public page for like community.
Yeah.
It's a public page, and then there's a group. There's,
Just Team Koslov?
yes, ma'am.
Yes. Any other questions?
Cookies on.
Yes, sir.
Just 2 quick ones. I was like 2 minutes late. Is the video on YouTube or anything?
Yes,
Yeah.
I actually don't. I haven't set up a YouTube Koslov page yet. But if you go to my private,
This is where he's going to start plugging his YouTube channel.
No, man.
do you know how many things I do, people? Have I not stated that? If you go to my youtube.com/Patrick Strange, PATRICK Patrick Strange. It's on there. I actually have it sectioned off with like with all the different projects I'm involved with, all the different shows I'm involved
And
with.
it's
There's a
posted on
Koslov playlist
It's on the-
that
it's on
has
Facebook.
the Operation Hero video, that has the proposal that went down yesterday, that we recorded with some of our cosplayers that happened during our photo shoot. And then the Koslov Jonas video that we did. Actually, the New Release Wednesday, I also host and produce a show called New Release Wednesday.
Told you.
We did an event, the Avengers Age of Ultron event at the Cinema Arts Theater. That video's up now.
Oh, it is?
So you can check that out there. I brought a lot of our Koslov cosplayers to that to kind of entertain the people that were coming to see the movie. But again, yeah. Any questions, you can hit us up on the Facebook page, and I can chat with you later.
Okay, and then my sort of real question was, these conventions, there's like thousands of us. Have you all ever thought about doing like community service events in conjunction with conventions?
Oh, totally. That's on my list of plans. I'm generally now been kind of like the go-to costume contest guy, thanks to Ben, which thank you, brother. So I kind of try and get the word out while I'm doing the costume contest stuff. But yeah, that's one thing I would love to, since we have such a large community,
And
coming
also
to
Todd's
these
been a
things
great
and.
partner with you, right?
Right.
I mean,
Yes. Right.
Also Todd's been a great partner for you too.
Oh,
so-
exactly, yeah.
Dan's
I'm making
on
those
board.
strides. Like last year, we did the Guinness World Records attempt out on the mall, and I was emceeing it with Ben.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just one after the other. And if we can take that and take it elsewhere,
But
you know,
long story short about all of that is it's one step at a time,
yeah.
right? We don't want to run before we can walk.
Yeah.
So-
I'm still crawling right now, so.
Once we get ourselves a little bit more established, once we get a few things set up, and we'll be able to go, hey Ben, why don't we do Friday night? We do children's hospital event, right? Maybe it's something we can look into for next, whatever. But the point is we have to get ourselves cemented in what we can do. And the other thing is, working with a convention, there was a very famous saying by a certain person that wrote The Art of War that said, the best laid plans never survive contact with the enemy. That is literally a convention. Like, we would have to, like, organize everything separately and just put their name on it, really. And they would promote it, because these things never run smoothly. You guys might not see it, but backstage, they never run
A
smoothly.
lot of chickens without heads.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is as well, what we do like to do, because for instance, we're doing one today at 12:15, we do photo shoots. And generally, it's friends of Cause Love telling their friends, and they tell someone, and they tell someone, and so on. So when people come out for the photo shoots, and you know, it's all great fun. Wow, look at all these people in costumes, and you know, they're shooting the photos. You know, what we then do is we take those photos, we paste it on our pages and within our walls, so that way people can see, okay, well, great, they're having fun. And while they're in the middle of that, because you know how social media works, once you click one picture, you gotta go see everything else. Because eventually, you're gonna run across what we actually do for community service. So once people realize, hey, this is something I can be a part of in and out of costume, that's how it shifts over to that. That's how it transitions. So it works pretty well. Yeah, great, come on out. It's with anything. Come on out and enjoy the fun, but also be prepared to do a little bit of work. It's not hard. It's really not that hard.
And the crazy part about it is, pretty much every event we've done so far has been fun anyway. So
Right.
it's like, okay, yeah, you're working, but you're really having fun doing what you would have been doing that weekend anyway.
Right.
So, I mean, because think about it, when we did, yeah,
Sunday.
actually, because I make my stuff, yeah,
That's
sometimes I
true.
do.
I think
It's for inspiration, yeah.
to tack onto everything my guys are saying, what I think also with the photo shoots as well, spreading the word that has helped
Right.
me make this into what it's becoming is the branding, I guess, aspect of it.
Yeah.
Is Cost Love and kind of making the heart-shaped symbol our symbol.
Yeah.
When we do these photo shoots, we get these individual pictures, but then we get the heart in there. And that has spread like wildfire for us. So whenever you see those hearts, you know, show
Something
your
I
heart.
wanted to cover with the people in general, just everybody in general. I've been doing this for 30 odd years, okay?
God bless you.
I cosplay way longer than that.
God bless you.
But in all that time, I keep running in over and over to people that say, I can only do one event. I can't come to everything.
Okay.
So I don't want to do it because I can only do once a year. You'd be surprised how that one thing actually really has an impact, and especially for everyone that's in a costume right now. I can guarantee you, every one of you at some point when you were kids saw someone or thought of somebody that did something that is the reason you're sitting in a costume right now.
Can I ask a question? Are there anybody, is there anyone in here in education or works with kids or anything like that? Show of hands, anybody? Nobody?
Anyone at all?
Wow.
Don't be
One,
shy.
one. Don't be shy.
Stand up
Don't be
back
shy.
there in
Please
the
stand
green
up.
shirt.
If you don't mind me
There you
asking,
go.
what do you do?
You should be the one that jumps up.
What do you do?
What do you do?
Art teacher.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Creative process.
I see a unit on costuming in your future.
Yep.
For an art teacher, I mean, a regular teacher, great, but they're teaching kids something that they can then say back to them. You're teaching them something that they can do that wasn't there before.
Yeah, creation.
The creation process.
Which is, I mean, that for a lot of us, that's the biggest fun of it. Sometimes just making the stuff. I mean, I made a job out of it because I love it so much, you know?
Pretty much, yeah.
In all fairness, my favorite part was just laughing at Harry.
Now you see how we've been friends, because you
There you
done
go.
a lot of stuff
Yeah,
that made you
okay,
laugh
okay.
at him.
See, for me, I guess I'd say for me it started, I mean, I started when I was a kid in the 70s, and I'm the son of a rabbi. And so for me, social action has always been part of my DNA from an early age. And so, you know, when this first became aware, when I first became aware of this, you know, being part of the Five First already, but this was, I mean, a natural progression for me. And I think anyone who does this, when you're in costume and you see a kid look at you, those eyes, those big saucer eyes, like either the wow factor, you know,
The hero moment.
yeah, you're having an impact on them in that moment. And if you could do that for a kid who really needs that in their life, who is in the darkest possible place, I mean, that is truly love. And it just, it
affects you as much as the
me
kid.
as much as them. So,
Thank you, John.
yeah.
I want to just open up the floor again to any more questions before we kind of do our outro real quick. Is there any other questions? Again, we think, okay, Nightcrawler, and then I'm going to go.
I know, like, the 501sts, I've heard they vet costumes and membership. Your group seems to be more,
Open.
if you have a costume and show up, whether it's
If you're
New York
wrapped in
City
tinfoil as the Tin Man, you're
Yeah.
welcome.
And
If you're
again,
in
you
the
don't
back
have to be
end,
a cosplayer to be a part of this.
Yeah.
With all the events I do, like the Jill's House event that I'm planning right now, I kind of put this subtle hint out to these guys because we're trying to lock down the date at the moment. But then after I lock down the date, I'm going to need my cosplayers. Being a comics creator, I've talked to some of my comic creator friends if they can come out, and caricature artists, face painters. I'm booking a DJ. I reached out to, what fraternity? Kappa Alpha Psi, a friend of mine in his fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi. Him and the Kappas are going to serve food. And I have a bunch of those gentlemen to help us with the whole event.
And the thing is,
So-
you need support.
And volunteer, yeah, so there's volunteer staff.
Yeah.
that First, we're willing to donate
What I do.
And, right,
So,
and.
You don't have to be a cosplayer, and it doesn't matter your costume, because there's a lot of things with, you have to have your costume look a specific way.
There was an image.
We're here to
macro.
entertain some kids.
There was an image macro on Facebook recently, which was like this movie realistic stormtrooper, and it was like, this is cosplay. Then there was a picture of a dude in like a Lego stormtrooper made out of cardboard. It's like, this is cosplay. And then there was a picture of a small kid in just a stormtrooper t-shirt, and I was like, this is cosplay.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. There's no elitism here. If you're having fun, if you're getting it over, if you're doing good.
You're sharing your
You're good.
imagination.
It's like even just for the East Coast Avengers, we do actually have an approval process, but we don't care what color you are, we don't care what size you are, we don't care if you're doing a variation of a costume, as long as it's appropriate to be in front of children, that's fine.
As long as you're not playing Flash and trying to pass yourself off as Quicksilver.
Randy,
Looking forward to the panel at 4:15, Star Trek versus Star Wars, respecting both, Jonathan Malutier. Is obviously Star Trek is superior in the two genres.
we're not gonna go there.
We'll get that later.
The answer is Star Trek has Voyager, so no.
All right, guys, right here.
What if you know someone that has, like, works with kids? For instance, my sister-in-law, she works with, like, middle schoolers or elementary kids,
Okay.
and they're special needs.
Yep.
I was thinking about talking to her about us being together with her school,
Would love to.
Absolutely, love that.
On the
Absolutely love
and
that.
I'm gonna run by her.
Yeah,
Sure.
Because one of our first events was at a school. And that was literally another one of those, hey, Patrick calling us up, hey, I've got an event at the school. Do you think you can make it out? Where is it? It's in.
It was in Woodbridge.
Alexandria? Oh, it was Woodbridge, yeah, right. Okay, just give us an address and we'll be there. That's literally all
Special
it
needs
takes.
kids run into enough judgment already, they need to
Yeah.
find some people that,
Judgment-free zone.
Right.
That's right.
Except,
Just give us enough time to plan,
Yeah,
and we will bring the noise.
I'm already crunching up. All right,
Or this is in Maryland, of course.
not about
That's not a problem.
DMV. When the Jonas thing happened, the burn victim, we did a video thing that we put up on YouTube. But I knew a cosplayer down there, and my guy Eddie Newsom, shout out to Eddie Newsom because I know he's probably gonna watch this. He went and visited the kid as Captain America,
Right,
and so you know,
right.
all I
And
for me as a producer, it's like, okay, who do I know in there,
Yeah, we
or
know-
who can I get to
Right.
in that area and make it happen?
Right, and then like what Jonathan shared earlier about the guy Ben out in California. There've been 501st folks that have traveled to, I've actually sent him parts of my Thanos costume, which his mom shot me back a video of him opening the box, putting the helmet on, and then he went straight to a treatment with the helmet on. So that blew my mind because she enjoys the fact that we do these things for him, and he enjoys it just to the utmost of it
It's
all.
not getting wrapped up.
Right, yeah, exactly.
All right, guys, thank you so very much. We really appreciate it.
Guys,
If I could ask one thing, we want to throw this up on our Cost Love
can I
page.
do one thing before you do that?
Go
It's
ahead.
very important. If you guys are walking around the convention at any point today, and you see someone wearing a Brood Squad shirt, say thank you, because they are volunteering their time to let us be at this convention.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you see,
I actually know those volunteers, we went to elementary school together 20 years ago.
if you see a staff member, say thank you. And what is a much thankless task of this show is the convention center staff. They're putting up with our nonsense this weekend. And there are people out there sweeping up our garbage.
Exactly.
Say thank you to those people. Yeah?
Exactly. All right, thank you totally. At 12:15, over by the Starbucks, we are doing our next Cost Love photo shoot today. Myself and Harry will be there leading the charge, and we'd love to have you over there to come throw your hearts up. But before that, we want some hearts in our panel right now.
Yeah.
If Emily can come over here.
Just
get
If I can get
everyone-
everybody to throw your hearts up for us, and we can throw this up on our Facebook page, greatly appreciate it.
Throw up the-
Sweep it around.
Give them sweet
Everybody.
pie. Nah,
All
bring them
righty.
to parents. Bring them to
Thank you so much, guys. We greatly appreciate you all.